Hello friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Professor S.P. Singh from Faculty of Management Studies, Gurukul Kangadi University, Haridwar. Today we are going to study Module 16 on non-parametric tests. After studying this module, you shall be able to know the concept of non-parametric tests, comprehend the advantages and disadvantages of non-parametric tests, understand the one sample tests, become aware of the two sample tests and know the k sample tests. There are various situations where the populations under study are not normally distributed. The data collected from these populations is extremely skewed. In such a situation, the option is to use a non-parametric test. Non-parametric statistical tests are hemmed in by fewer and less stringent assumptions than parametric tests. They are particularly free of assumptions about the characteristics of the distribution of population of research samples. They are also called distribution-free tests. A non-parametric statistical test does not specify terms about the parameters of the population from which the sample was drawn. Advantages of non-parametric tests. There are several advantages of a non-parametric tests. They are applied to many situations as they do not have the rigid requirements of their parametric counterparts, like the sample having been drawn from the population following a normal distribution. A research can encounter an application where a numeric observation is difficult to obtain, but a rank value is not. Non-parametric tests can usually be applied to the nominal and ordinal data that lack exact or comparable numerical values. Non-parametric tests involve very simple computations compared to the corresponding parametric tests. Disadvantages of non-parametric tests. However, the methods are not without their drawbacks. A lot of information is wasted because the exact numerical data is reduced to a qualitative form. When the basic assumptions of parametric tests are valid, non-parametric tests are more powerful than non-parametric methods. Therefore, there is more risk of accepting a false hypothesis and thus committing a type 2 error. Null hypothesis in a non-parametric test is loosely defined in comparison to the parametric tests. Therefore, if the null hypothesis is rejected, a non-parametric test gives a less precise conclusion as compared to the parametric tests. The non-parametric tests such as chi-square, run tests, sign tests, the Mann-Whitney U test, the Wycoxon matched pair rank test and the Kruskal-Wallis test. One sample sign test is applicable where a sample is drawn from a population having a continuous symmetrical distribution and known to be non-normal, such that the probability of having a sample value less than the mean value as well as the probability of having a sample mean more than the mean value p is half. It will be difficult to verify the symmetry of the distribution when the sample size is small. Hence, based on the hypothesized population mean, population median, each sample observation will be classified into either plus or minus sign. Chi-square test. For the use of a chi-square test, the data is required in the form of frequencies. The data expressed in percentages, proportion, can also be used, provided it could be converted into frequencies. The majority of the applications of chi-square are with the discrete data. The test could also be applied to continuous data, provided it is reduced to certain categories and tabulated in such a way that the chi-square may be applied. Some of the important properties of chi-square distribution are: unlike the normal and T distribution, the chi-square distribution is not symmetric. The values of chi-squares are greater than or equal to 0. The shape of chi-square distribution depends upon the degrees of freedom. With the increase in degrees of freedom, the distribution tends to be normal. There are various applications of a chi-square test. Some of them are: a chi-square test is for the goodness of fit. A chi-square test is for the independence of variables, and it is for the equality of more than two population proportions. Kolmogorov-Smirnov test. KS test is similar to the chi-square test to perform goodness of fit of a specific test set of data to an assumed distribution. This test is more powerful for small samples, whereas the chi-square test is suited for large samples. In KS test, the values of the observed cumulative distribution of the random variable in a given situation are compared with the corresponding values of the theoretical cumulative distribution of the random variable, and their absolute differences are calculated. Then the maximum of these absolute differences is treated as the calculated statistic of KS test, namely dcal is equal to max OFI minus EFI, where OFI is the observed cumulative probability for the ith value of random variable x, EFI is the expected cumulative probability for the ith item value of the random variable x from the theoretical distribution. For a given significance level alpha and the sample size n, the KS test is one-tailed test. Hence, if the calculated value of d is more than the theoretical value of d for a given significance level, the null hypothesis is rejected. Otherwise, accept the null hypothesis. Run test for randomness. The objective is to test about the randomness of the occurrence of runs at a given significance level alpha. Let n1 be the frequency of occurrence of a particular symbol in the whole stream of symbols, n2 be the frequency of occurrence of another symbol in the whole stream of symbols, and r be the number of runs. If n1 as well as n2 is less than or equal to 20, then the sample is treated as a small sample. If either n1 or n2 or both is or are larger than 20, then the sample is treated as a large sample. The combination of hypotheses for the run test of randomness is: null hypothesis, the occurrence of the runs in the given stream of symbols is random. H1, the occurrence of the runs in the given stream of symbols is not random. In case of small samples, the observed number of runs is equal to R. From the table of values of a student's T statistic, the smaller critical value and the larger critical value, if exists for a given combination of N1 and N2 at a significance level of 0.05, can be obtained. If the observed R value is less than or equal to the smaller critical value, or more than or equal to the larger critical value for the given combination of N1 and N2 at the given significance level alpha, then reject the null hypothesis, otherwise accept the null hypothesis. If N1 and N2 or both is or are more than 20, then the sample is treated as a large sample. Under such situation, one can approximate the sampling distribution or R to normal distribution with the following mean and variance. Mean or R, variance, it is a two-tailed test, hence the values of table Z alpha by 2 and Z alpha by 2 define the left critical value and the right critical value of R. If the calculated Z value is in between minus Z alpha by 2 and plus Z alpha by 2, then accept the null hypothesis, otherwise reject the null hypothesis. Two sample sign test. The different sign tests for two samples are applied if the two samples have the same size. When the two independent samples with different sizes are taken from two populations, sign tests cannot be obtained. Under this situation, two sample median test can be used. The purpose of the median test is to examine whether the two independent samples are from two different populations with the same median. Procedures for median test. Pool the observations of the two samples. Find the median of the combined observations. Form frequency table for the pooled observation. Let N1 be the size of the first sample, N2 the size of the second sample, N be the size of pooled observations, N plus N2, and mean be the median of the pooled observations. Mann-Whitney U-test. Mann-Whitney U-test is an alternative to the two-sample t-test. This test is based on the ranks of the observations of the two samples put together. This test is more powerful when compared to the sign tests. The alternative name for this test is rank sum test. Let there be two samples from two different populations. Let N1 be the size of the first, N2 be the size of the second sample, and N is equal to N1 plus N2. The observations of the two samples are pooled together and then their positional ranks are obtained from lowest 1 to highest n, from left to right respectively. If the same rank is assigned to more than one observation, then the average of the propositions of those observations is assigned as the rank for the observations having the equal rank. Let R1 be the sum of these ranks of the observations of the first sample, R2 be the sum of the ranks of the observations of the second sample. This objective of this test is to examine whether the two samples are drawn from different populations having the same distribution. Kruskal-Wallis test. The Kruskal-Wallis test is in fact a non-parametric counterpart of the one-way ANOVA. This test is an extension of the Mann-Whitney U-test. Both methods require that the scale of the measurement of a sample value should be at least ordinal. Wilcoxon signed rank test for paired samples. There are instances when the sample data consists of paired observations. Examples of paired samples include a study where husband and wife are matched, or where subjects are studied before and after experimentation, or observations are taken on a variable for brother and sister. The use of t distribution is based on the normality assumption. However, there are instances when the normality assumption is not satisfied and one has to resort to a non-parametric test. One such test is the two sample sign test. This test, only the sign of the differences, positive or negative, was taken into account and no weightage was assigned to the magnitude of the difference. The Wilcoxon matched pair signed test takes care of this limitation and attracts a greater weightage to the matched pair with a larger difference. The test therefore incorporates and makes use of more information than the sign test. This is therefore a more powerful test than the sign test. Friends, in this module you have studied the concept, the advantages and disadvantages of non-parametric tests, the one sample tests, the two sample tests and the k sample tests. Thanks for visiting EPG Pathshala.